Attention, Gunners around the world. Gabriel Jesus is coming back with everything and could change the course of the season. But don't worry, that's not all. Arteta is preparing big changes to the team to face Crystal Palace. And there's a big change in Ødegaard's injury that could surprise everyone. What's been happening inside Arsenal in recent days is hot behind the scenes, and you need to hear everything until the end to understand the impact of this on the fight for the title. Don't blink, because whoever blinks will miss crucial information. And let's move on to today's news. But first, just check if you're already subscribed to the channel, because the next videos will be a series of content that will help you stay informed about everything related to Arsenal the Gunners. Turn on the notification bell and select the all option. Once that's done, we'll send you everything last minute that comes out of Arsenal's back rooms. Gunners, we have a goal of likes to reach this video of 120 likes. In the last video, we reached the goal in less than an hour. Prove that you are a real Gunners and leave a like so we can reach this goal soon. Last minute, full attention. Gabriel Jesus is about to return, Martin Ødegaard is racing against time, and Arsenal faces very difficult decisions for the game against Crystal Palace. The season entered a state of red alert, and the recovery of injured players became a central topic in the corridors of London Colney. If you want to understand what's really at stake in the coming days, stay until the end. This goes beyond a simple game. It's about keeping the title flame alive. Speak up, fan. This is Guilherme, and you are on Arsenal News Today, the hottest channel on the planet when it comes to Arsenal. If it's Arsenal, this is where you'll hear it first, direct and unfiltered. And today's news is the one that makes your heart race. Gabriel Jesus posted a video on CT with the caption "Last Push," doing intense work with the ball. No light jogging. The man is turning into the final sprint. This changes everything. Jesus has been out since that damned afternoon against United in the FA Cup. That knee injury seemed like just another one, but it turned into a nightmare. 9 months of agony. But now, with the team needing different pieces to break through closed defenses, his return takes on a weight that goes beyond technique. He is the only one in the squad with that striker profile that dances in short spaces. And at the end of the season, one goal from him could be the difference between being champion or another year of almost. The speculation about him returning to Brazil in January was real, but honestly, it would be a grotesque mistake by the board. You can't throw away the chance of a guy like Jesus making a difference in a classic against City or in a Champions League knockout. Sell it in June if you want, but now it's all together. If he's in one piece, he plays. And if you play, you can decide. That's what Arsenal need. Decision makers. Write "I believe" if you trust that Arsenal will win the next game. The Jesus video wasn't just any little thing. It shows him spinning, kicking, pressing his knee with no visible limitations. He hasn't entered contact training yet, but you can see he's very close. The club's staff is optimistic, and the atmosphere among the players is one of good anxiety. Everyone wants to see Shirt 9 in the review back, because it delivers something that no one else delivers: unpredictability. On the other side, we have Ødegaard. The captain is out, and Arsenal feel it, and he's sorry. The game against Atletico Madrid exposed this clearly, not because of the lack of effort from others, but because there is no one else with his game reading. Ødegaard sets the pace, accelerates, stops, finds impossible passes, and when it's not there, the midfield loses oxygen. The Norwegian is in the final stretch of his recovery, but his return depends on his body's reaction, which hasn't been the best. The injury was a simple shock, but, as he said, the problem is in his left knee, his dominant leg. This changes everything. The impact when kicking, when receiving, when changing direction, everything depends on that leg. The risk of returning early and worsening the condition is real, and no one at the club wants him to become another case of a player who was never the same after rushing his return. So the plan is clear. Only return when you are 100%. While Ødegaard deals, the ones who have been holding the line are Emile Smith-Rowe and young Ethan Nwaneri. They are good players with talent, but they are not the captain. The team adapts, of course, and has been winning, but it is winning without control. It's different. Ødegaard brings stability, and if the plan is to fight for the Champions and Premier League, you can't go all the way without him 100%. The expectation is that he will return after the next FIFA break. Leave, let's go, Arsenal, in the comments if you believe the title is still possible. Now, full focus on Crystal Palace. Third game in 8 days, and unlike what many people thought, thought, the rotation against Atletico was minimal. This shows that Arteta is betting heavily at the moment, but Sunday needs to be adjusted as the Premier League is relentless. Palace are boring, tough in marking, and are in a solid phase. It won't be a walk. Ben White should return at the back, but don't be surprised if Arteta plays Jurrien Timber again. The boy is confidently up there. On the left flank, Ricardo Calafiori should resume his place, despite Lewis Skelly's good game. And in attack, the hot dispute between Trossard and Martinelli continues. They are both in great shape. Martinelli shone in the Champions League, but Trossard has been more consistent in the Premier League. A good dilemma for Arteta. The coach has already said, everyone will have different roles during the season, and the group bought the idea. This rotation will be essential. The season will punish. It's game after game, injury after injury. Having names like Martinelli, ESR, Havertz, Vieira, all able to come in and decide is gold. The internal dispute is raising the level of training and keeping the team alive, even with important casualties. Right, I'm a gunner if you support the team in any situation, victory or defeat. And speaking of the dispute, Havertz's return is also expected in the next games. A lot of people criticize him, but Arteta trusts him. And if the idea is to keep the midfield with physical strength and reaching the area, he can be a useful piece, especially without Ødegaard. The point is that with so many players looking for space, Arteta will have to become a master of balance. Keeping everyone happy and competitive is a big coach's challenge. The base also comes into this conversation. Ethan Nwaneri has been showing personality. He got into difficult moments well and shows signs that he can be more than a stopgap. It's still early days, of course, but the talent is real. And most importantly, you don't feel the weight of the shirt. That counts for a lot. And with the League Cup run of games coming up, he should gain valuable minutes. In attack, the question of the moment. Who should be the center forward when Jorginho rests? There are those who prefer Martinelli due to his movement similar to the Brazilian, and those who bet on Trossard, who is more technical and lighter. Mourinho was tested, but he didn't like it. He doesn't have the mobility that this team needs. The ideal might be to vary, but the fans are already starting to divide on the topic. Declare confident if you think Arsenal will win away from home this week. On the tactical side, one thing is clear. When Arsenal has someone threatening the opposing defense line with deep runs, the team breathes easier. Mourinho holds the ball but is late. Martinelli or Trossard make the opposing defense retreat. This opens up space between the lines, gives more space to those coming from behind, and improves offensive fluidity. It may seem like a detail, but against a team that plays with 5 behind, this changes the game. About behind the scenes, confidence is high. 6 wins in a row, the locker room believes. And there is a name that is beginning to gain respect on another level, Gabriel Jesus. The defender is in absurd shape. He's confident, he's a leader, and he's a key player at this moment for Arsenal. There are already people comparing him to the greats of the past. And, if a big title comes, his name will be in history for good. Saliba and Gabriel today form one of the most solid duos in Europe. Those who say this are not just fans, but commentators and former players as well. The question is whether they will be able to maintain this level until May, because that's what separates good players from legends. To win, being part of teams that stand out. And if Arsenal wins the Premier League or the Champions League, the defense will be a central part of that narrative. Say, I support, if you believe Arteta is the right coach for the team. In the coming days, the decision on Ødegaard will be final. If he doesn't react well to the physical tests, he could be out for longer than expected, and that affects all the planning. Field roles change. Those who play inside need to change their style. It's not just changing the name, it's changing the team's gear. And Arteta knows that every mistake now could cost him the championship. And so, this sequence against Palace, then the cup game, and the return to the Premier League will reveal much more than the scores. They will show if this squad is really ready to fight until the end, because now the real test begins. November and December are the months that kill dreams in English football. And Arsenal have seen this up close on other occasions. Write Gunner from Heart if you are ready to support the team until the end of the season. And if you want to know which player is attracting attention in training, what the atmosphere is among the reserves, and who could be the surprise in the next game, don't go away. The next piece of news will blow the minds of anyone who follows behind the scenes at Arsenal, because there is a base player being praised within the club as the new Saka. That's right, and I'll bring you all the details in the next video, straight from London Colney. If you haven't signed up yet, activate the bell and select the All option. The truth is that anyone who blinks will miss the hottest news. This is just beginning. The return of Jesus. It's just the tip of the iceberg. There is movement in the market. There's a hot backstage at Emirates. And there is controversy about to explode in the coming days. Now tell me, do you think Arteta should keep Gabriel Jesus in the squad until the end of the season, or would it be better to loan him out in January? Leave your opinion in the comments. And get ready, because the next bombshell about Arsenal is a heavy behind-the-scenes thing. And look, if after all this you still think the season will be smooth, forget it. What's to come could completely change Arsenal's course in the coming months. The return of Gabriel Jesus could be a game-changer, Ødegaard out could mess up the midfield, and the pressure on Arteta will reach an absurd level. The board knows that it is time to make a decision. Either impose yourself now or you'll see everything slip through your fingers again. There is no more room for hesitation. And I'm going to say it bluntly. If Arsenal don't keep Jesus and still lose Ødegaard for more than a month, this fight for the title will become utopia. You can't dream big with a broken squad and key pieces missing. And if the club repeats the mistakes of last January, when it let players leave and didn't reinforce with weight, it can forget the Champions and Premier League. The fans need to demand it now before it's too late. The window is approaching, and this board will have to show if it has the talent to compete at the highest level. Or are we going to hit the goalpost again? And if you want to know which players are being monitored, which names are on the exit list, and what's really going on behind the scenes at the Emirates, you need to see our exclusive playlist with all the latest news, controversies, transfers, and rumors from Arsenal. It's all there, direct, without fuss, with daily updates. Now, go to the pinned comments or to the end screen of this video and click on the playlist, because if you're a real gunner, you can't miss out on what's about to explode in the next chapters. Watch everything and get ready, because the next bit of news could change everything you think you know about the Arsenal of 2025.